Ollie, the little pink octopus, found a paintbrush at the bottom of the sea. This is his story. Ollie lived in a tiny cave at the edge of the reef. Every morning, he greeted the sun that shone through the blue water. He loved watching the bubbles rise up and up toward the light. One day, while playing near a sunken ship, Ollie saw something shiny in the sand. It was a wooden paintbrush with soft bristles. He had never seen anything like it in the sea. His violet eyes sparkled with pure joy. "I'm going to be a painter," Ollie shouted, very excited. He hugged the paintbrush with all 8 of his arms. The seahorses watched him with great curiosity. "What a lovely treasure you found," they said happily. Ollie practiced drawing in the sand on the seafloor. He drew suns, stars, and smiling little fish. Every day his drawings got prettier and prettier, but the sand always washed away with the water. His grandma told him a very old story. "Years ago, our reef had every color in the world," she said. Ollie listened with an excited heart. "And where did the colors go, Grandma?" he asked. That night, Ollie couldn't sleep. He dreamed of a reef full of red, yellow, and blue. "Tomorrow, I'm going to paint the whole reef," he decided before closing his eyes. It was such a lovely dream that he didn't want to wake up. Ollie wanted to paint his gray reef. But his ink was black, only black. The fish were very sad. In the morning, Ollie looked closely at his home. The corals were gray like stones. The fish swam slowly with no wish to play. Even the seaweed looked tired and sleepy. Ollie squeezed his little body to let out some ink. A black cloud came out and stained a big rock. "Oh no, this isn't a pretty color," said Ollie. The seahorses hid, frightened. He tried again with all his might, but the ink always came out black, black as the night. The poor fish coughed inside the dark cloud. "Cough, cough," coughed a tiny sardine. "I'm sorry, friends," said Ollie with sad eyes. A little sardine smiled at him kindly. "Your idea is good, Ollie. You just need real colors," she said. Ollie gave her a hug with all 8 arms. Ollie thought and thought with his 3 hearts. Where do the colors of the sea live? He wondered. He closed his eyes to think better. Then he remembered his grandma's stories. "The shining lagoon. That's where all the colors live," Ollie shouted. He grabbed his paintbrush and some empty shells. "I'll come back with colors for everyone," he promised his friends. The fish waved goodbye with their little tails. Ollie set off to find the colors of the sea. He took his paintbrush and his shells. He swam far, far away from home. Ollie swam through the forest of giant seaweed. The green seaweed danced from side to side. Ollie played hide-and-seek among the leaves. It was like a magical forest under the sea. An old crab walked sideways on a rock. "The shining lagoon? Follow the warm current, little one," he said. "Thank you, Mr. Crab," Ollie answered with a little bow. And he went on his way happily. The path went through a dark and deep zone. Ollie felt a little bit scared. He hugged his paintbrush tightly and kept swimming slowly. "You can do it, Ollie, you can do it," he whispered. Suddenly, a little light appeared in the dark. It was an anglerfish with its bright lantern. "Come, little painter, I'll go with you," it said kindly. Together they crossed the dark without any fear. Then the current grew strong like the wind. Ollie spun and spun among 1,000 bubbles, but his 8 arms were strong and brave. When the current stopped, Ollie laughed, again. At last, a golden light appeared far away. It was the shining lagoon from his grandma's stories. Ollie opened his violet eyes very wide. His heart jumped with pure excitement. His friends gave him their colors: orange, yellow, red, green, and blue. Ollie filled his shells with paint. What generous friends! In the lagoon, the colors lived inside every animal. An orange clownfish swam up to Ollie. "I give you my cheerful orange," it said with a smile. The orange glowed like the afternoon sun. A golden starfish shone on a rock. "Take my yellow, bright as the sun," sang the star. Ollie kept the color in a little shell. "Thank you, golden starfish," he said happily. An old coral gave him its brave red. An old turtle gave him her calm green. Ollie promised to take good care of his colors. The shells glowed more and more with every gift. A dancing jellyfish let out pink sparkles. "Pink is for happy hearts," laughed the jellyfish. Ollie felt tickles of joy in his arms. It was impossible not to dance with her. At last came a huge blue whale. "My blue is the color of the deep sea," she sang softly. Her song made the whole ocean tremble. Ollie kept the blue like a precious treasure. Ollie looked at his shells full of colors: orange, yellow, red, green, pink, and blue. "Thank you, friends. My reef will shine again," he promised happily. It was time to swim back home fast. Ollie painted the reef with all the colors. The corals shone like a rainbow. The water filled with light. Ollie swam back to his reef as fast as he could. All the fish came out to welcome him happily. "Ollie is back." "And he brought the colors of the sea," they shouted. The tiny sardine was the first to hug him. Ollie dipped his brush in the brave red. He painted the big corals very carefully. The red glowed like 1,000 ripe strawberries. The fish watched with their eyes wide open. Then he painted yellow over the anemones. The cheerful orange went on the round rocks. Every brushstroke filled the water with light. The reef was waking up little by little. The little fish wanted to help too. With their tails, they gently stirred the water. So the sparkles of color flew everywhere. "Together is more fun," sang the fish. At the end, Ollie painted blue and pink up high. The whole reef looked like a rainbow sleeping in the sea. Ollie smiled with all 8 arms open wide. His dream had finally come true. All the fish danced happily in their new home of colors. Ollie raised his paintbrush proud, because when we share, the world fills with color.